All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is another edition of Steel City Sports Talk with Big Rich. And obviously, Adam isn't here. He's running a little bit behind this evening, but that's all right because we got our guy from several different productions on Driving to the Top, including a guy I work with on Cajun Turnbuckle. We got Mark, also known as Marky Mark, also known as Marcus. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, let me talk to you. Yeah, nice to be here. And sorry for the start of the show here, but Jordan just hit a single RBI, and now it's one
Yeah, he
nothing
did.
Astros. It almost
Yeah,
took
and I
it almost
mean,
it almost took y'all first baser's legs out. He like
yeah,
hopped, right? It was like a
it
hard ground
looks.
ball, and he bounced up in the air.
Yeah, I mean Alvarez is definitely playing like Alvarez. He keeps this up. He's definitely going to be in the talk for MVP come the end of the year. Um, a lot of folks may not realize I do because he's on my fantasy team. He missed a huge chunk of last year with a hand injury. But he and then they picked up Christian Walker. Um, those two guys are kind of helping keep his team above water right now. The Pirates are playing the Astros, which is why we have Marcus on the show because he's a Houston guy. The Astros right now coming into tonight's game 27-35. They're 5.5 out in the American League West. The Pirates are 5.5 out in the National League Central, 5 games over 500, trailing the Milwaukee Brewers, who are one of the hottest teams in baseball, along with the Pirates. So tonight, major pitching matchup with Paul Skeens and Spencer Arrighetti. The Stros are up 1-0 in the bottom of the third as we speak. Runners on first and third, one out, and Christian Walker's at the plate. So we'll keep everybody up to date on what's going on with that. But talk a little bit about your Astros, man. I know they've been a mash unit for a large chunk of the season, but they're getting guys back. Just got Hader back, getting ready to get Javier back. Talk about this team and all those injuries.
Yeah, we've had way too many injuries like within the first month of the season, and most of them are key players. We already lost like 3 or 4 starters within the first month of the season with injuries. The biggest one was our ace Hunter Brown, who was on a 60-day IL. He should be coming back soon. Josh Hader made his return yesterday. That's why they were promoting Fireman by Lil Wayne. Like they had a silhouette of him in the flames with his finger over his mouth, like Fireman coming. So glad to have him back. But Christian Javier, he's down in Corpus right now, healing, rehabbing to get back on the main roster. So he's currently pitching for the Hooks right now. Tuve was in the batting cages earlier today. He's supposed to be back in the cages tomorrow, where if everything goes well, he should be back for their weekend series. I don't even remember who they play this weekend.
This weekend, the Astros have got, I was just looking at it. They've got
Oh, the A's. They got the A's
A's, yeah.
at home. The homeless Athletics.
Right.
Because you can't say Sacramento, they get butt hurt, and you can't say Vegas yet because they're not even there yet.
Yeah, but just remember, you can't spell Sacramento or Vegas without A's.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I saw the little, what do you call that little? It's like a model of like what you want to build. Well, I saw like a little like model of what their new ballpark's going to look like in Vegas. Like, they got that like atrium little design. Well, they showed. I like how this one's going to be unique. Like I don't know what you want to describe it as, but how the roof's going to open. It's literally going to rise up like on some like pollen legs, and then it's going to do like a weird like. It's like trying to peel something open. Like it's got a unique way the roof's going to open in the future, unlike anything you've ever seen before.
yeah, this is going to be wild, and it's going to be part of the strip in Vegas. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of. Have you seen the Sphere out there?
Yes,
Um,
I want
it,
to
it kind
go.
of reminds me a little bit of that as far as the way that the structure is from the outside and the view of it and that. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. It really does.
I think one of the greatest things about that place, like I remember they did a UFC fight once in the Sphere. It was the most unique thing I've ever seen. I was like, if I ever go back to Vegas, I'll go to this before I go to Allegiant Stadium because this place is unbelievable. Like I don't know where they come up with shit like that, but I wish we would have more events there. Like even like wrestling events. Like if
Yeah.
it's like Triple H's going to do Triple Mania, their first half in Vegas, but they're going somewhere else. Like go to the Sphere. That's like another RBI.
Yeah. Well, and the stadium itself, for those folks that know Vegas, the stadium is going to be on the site where the Tropicana Hotel used to be. Um, and I was just reading this: 80% of the seats in the stadium are going to be inside the foul poles. So there's not going to be a whole lot of outfield seating, but
Looks like a hill. I was gonna try and get a
yeah,
picture, but
but yeah, I mean, they even if you go to ballparkexperience.athletics.com, they actually have a live stream of them building the stadium. This is freaking crazy. It's 6 o'clock their time. It's 8:08 Central Time, 6 o'clock. So they got still got a good bit of daylight out there and that kind of thing. And you can actually see what they're doing with the stadium right now. Kind of wild.
so
It's expected to be ready for the 2028 baseball season.
yeah. Well, I know Tuve. He was taking live batting practice earlier today, which he was put on a 10-day IL, but he should be back soon. But like, still waiting on Hunter Brown to make. He's supposed to make a rehab start with Sugarland tomorrow, according to the Houston Chronicles. So, because he's been on IL for about 2 months now. So, with the shoulder
Right. Yeah,
injury,
they actually and didn't they have him on the 60 day?
they had him on 60-day, and he's
Yeah.
supposed to start rehab with the Space Cowboys tomorrow. Correa just had surgery to repair the tendon on his left ankle, so you can say he's done for the season. Um, Brandon Shoemake, he had a groin injury. He wasn't on the lineup for the Brewers game a few days ago, but he was put on 10-day IL. Hayden Wazitsky was on 60-day IL, but he had progress with batting practice this week, so he should make a comeback. Renel Blanco with his elbow injury, he was a part of batting practice too. He should be making a comeback. And Loperfido, Yonder Diaz, I don't know when they're coming back. They've been put on pause with their rehab assignments in the minors. Lance McCullers should be making a return soon, and Bennett Salvo should be on a return soon.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're going to be back to the team that you should have had from day one in Houston, which a lot of people were thinking was going to contend for the AL West, along with the Rangers, along with Seattle.
Last I,
And
last I saw, the A's were like in first place. The last time I even looked at it,
they are.
They still are.
They still are. It's crazy the way that division's laying out right now. You have excuse me.
Actually, the
you got the A's
Mariners
on top. The Mariners are back on top. I misspoke. The Mariners are on top. The Rangers are in second, 2 games back. The A's are 2.5 back, and then the Astros are 5.5 back. Until the A's went on this little 3-7 run, they were leading the division. But the Mariners are 8-2 in their last 10. Texas is 6-4 in their last 10, including 5 in a row. So they've both leapfrogged the A's. But I mean, when you sit there and you look at the A's, I mean, that's not a bad team. They've got a lot of talent on that team, especially young hitters. Guys like Nick Kurtz and Lawrence Butler, and they've got some real, and Shea Langoliers, who has a special spot for me, being a Baylor guy. But they've got some really good young talent on that team. The AL West is going to be tough, even when you get your full pitching staff back. in Houston.
I tell you what, y'all have come a long way as well. I mean, after drafting Paul Skeens, I mean, yeah, his first two seasons were not worthy of what he wanted, but this third time's a charm. His third season, y'all only 4 games behind the Brewers in the NL Central, and 10th in, I think, 7th in the top 10.
What was the last thing you said? I'm sorry.
I said, and y'all, overall, y'all ranked 7th in the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. The Pirates have done really well. They would be a wild card if it started today. The pitching, I have made this statement, and you've heard me make this statement on open mic a number of times, and even on our baseball show here. The bullpen is the only gaping hole on this Pirates team. The starting rotation is really good. We've got Jared Jones back now. Braxton Ashcraft from Robinson, Texas, right down the road from me, is an absolute monster. He's pitching actually his numbers the last 10 or last 8 games are better than Skeens. So that's going well. And now Carmen Majinski has been moved from the starting rotation to the bullpen, which will hopefully help bolster the long relief because I mean the bullpen was giving up inherited runs like crazy. Um, but the moves that the Pirates made in the offseason, bringing in Brendan Lau, bringing in Jake Mangum, well, those were huge. Of course, 2 years ago they brought in Spencer Horwitz, who's playing extremely well. Marcelo Zuna experiment, not exactly performing up to expectations, but the others, yeah. And of course, bringing up Connor Griffin, the young prospect at shortstop who currently is on the IL with a forearm or elbow issue. He's only on the 10-day though. But yeah, I mean, this team is definitely exceeding expectations, and there's guys that are really. And Ryan O'Hearn, of course, my guy, doing what he's doing. He's coming off the IL, I believe. I believe he came off yesterday or the day before, but he was on the IL for a little bit with a quad injury. So, um, is it just me, or does it seem like with all the extra technology and kinesiology and all that kind of stuff, guys are getting hurt more than they did when we were kids?
Oh yeah, they're getting hurt way more, and I gotta brag. Both teams are wearing my favorites. We got our orange on, and y'all got the black on with Pittsburgh in cursive. I like that uniform, and y'all got a number 9 patch on y'all sleeve. I don't know who that's for.
That's for Bill Mazeroski. He hit the game-winning home run in the night walk-off game-winning homer in the 1960 World Series against the Yankees. Played second base for the Pirates for many, many, many years. Is in the Hall of Fame. Won, I believe, 9 Gold Gloves. Passed away this past off season, and that's what the number 9 is for there. And then, of course, yesterday everybody had a 4 patch also on their jerseys because it was Lou Gehrig Day, and they
Yeah.
were all wearing that 4 patch in support for the ALS Foundation, which is called Lou Gehrig's disease, which is what ultimately took his life and ended his consecutive game streak. They didn't really know as much about it then as they do now, but you know, uh, that's one of those diseases, man, that if you've ever known someone or been around someone that has it, or a family member of someone that it's a brutal disease, man.
The only loss Astros had recently was Mark Bailey, who he played with the Astros for quite a while. From I think just a few years. I think in the '80s. I wasn't alive during that time, but they honored him, and he was also with the Giants at one point. I remember that because they were the only 2 teams that paid tribute to him the weekend he passed away. Was the Giants and the Astros for Mark Bailey.
Yeah, I remember Mark Bailey playing for the Giants. I had to do a double take to remember him playing for the Stros. But I remember him playing for a while, in fact, with the Giants. But there's, it's kind of wild when you sit there and you think about the the players and the historical players that we've lost in the last, say, 4, 5, 6 years. And it's just it's wild when the old timers like the Mazeroskis and that, um, and then you got even the announcers losing Bob Uecker, losing John Sterling, the Yankees radio guy, radio and TV guy that everybody, oh, Yankees win, all that kind of stuff. We lost Milo Hamilton, what, 10 years ago? 8 or 10 years ago? Um, and he has ties to both of our teams. So, it's really kind of odd, just when you sit there and think about it. The legends, the baseball legends that we've lost.
Yeah.
I do think it's very cool that the teams do some sort of tribute, and in some cases, the league does a tribute. Fortunately, we've been very fortunate that we haven't had an active player pass away in quite a while.
Well,
Um,
changing
so
changing sport wise, Houston did lose a legend earlier this week. Rick Alderman passed away the other day. He was a
yeah,
former coach for the Rockets. He played for the Trailblazers back in the day, but he also coached Pistol Pete for 2 seasons when he was in New Orleans when they were still the Jazz.
yeah,
He
yep.
coached Pete Maravich, coached Pistol Pete, but he was with the Rock. He coached T Mac and all them. He was with the Rockets like in the mid 2000s, so he coached like Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming and all them.
Right. Yeah, he not only coached Houston, but he coached Portland, Golden State, Sacramento, and Minnesota is the last team that he was with. In fact, I think he was there when KG got drafted, if I remember correctly.
Actually, that's a coach. No, he didn't coach Pistol Pete. He played with Pistol Pete. This was in the 70s.
Yeah, now that you're saying that, yeah, that makes sense because he was born in '46. So yeah, he would have been in that time frame to play with Pistol Pete and with Russell and Chamberlain and
Dr.
those
J
guys.
and all them. Dr. J and all them. Wilkes, all them.
Yeah, early
Um,
Dr. J. He was coaching by the time Dr. J retired, but early Dr. J. Yeah, you're right. A really good coach. I mean, he was successful everywhere he coached. you know. But yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. So when you look at this Astros team, you and I talked a little bit off air about this, that the All Star ballots came out today. So when you look at this Astros team, I mean, do you see one or two guys that are no brainer All Stars for the Astros, or you really have to search for somebody?
well, guarantee right now is Jordan. Um,
Yeah.
maybe Argetty because he kind of stepped up a little bit, but I'd have to like if of all the injuries we've had, would have been no brainers. Jose Altuve, maybe Pena as well. Paradis could be another one. Javier could have been one. Loperfido, not too sure yet, but Josh Hader possibly. Hunter Brown, absolutely. Um, like currently playing right now, that could be on the All Star ballot outside of like Jordan Alvarez could be like Pena or Christian Walker and Argetty.
I Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the we don't have any say so on the pitchers. That's all through the managers and the coaches. But yeah, I could certainly see Arrighetti getting some love, especially if he keeps doing what he's doing for the next, throughout the month of June. Um, I agree with you though. Alvarez and Walker, yeah, I
Pena,
I think you're right.
Jeremy Pena, Isaac Paredes.
I don't think those guys have the numbers. Um, when I look at the National League shortstops, or the American League shortstops. I apologize. Um, I don't really see. I don't really see the. Let me pull up my ballot here real quick.
Well,
But
while you pull your ballot up, I could probably name maybe two or three Pirates I could probably see go on the All Star. My opinion, Nick Gonzalez, Brian Reynolds, and O'Neill Cruz.
yeah, I could see that. I think Brandon Lau will probably go as well. Um,
But
he's hitting 280. He's got 15 bombs at second base.
I mean,
But yeah, I think you're
Gonzalez,
right.
Is leading in batting for y'all, but Gonzalez
Yeah,
is he's got the best batting average right now of the season for y'all, and he has the most hits for y'all
he
this season.
does.
O'Neill
He
Cruz,
does.
he's got the most RBIs, but I can see him while he's leading at bat, and then Brian Reynolds, he's got a good, his OPP is good too. He's leading in that as well. So that's like another name up there.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. We were looking at American League shortstops. I mean, you got Jose Caballero, J.P. Crawford in Seattle, Gunnar Henderson in Baltimore, Kevin McGonigal, rookie out of Detroit, Zach Neto in Anaheim, um, Brian Rocchio in Cleveland.
What
I
about
would. There's some of these guys I'm not going to mention because their numbers are horrible, like Corey Seager, Jacob
I'll
Wilson, Bobby Witt. You know,
what about like a Brandon Marsh maybe, Kyle Schwarber, Kate
oh,
Smith,
for the Phillies. Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
Jacob.
mean, the Phillies
That's
should have several guys go. They really should. The Phillies should have several guys go.
Otto Lopez from the Marlins. I could probably see him up there. Maybe
I could
Gavin
see him
Williams.
and his counterpart. What is his name? Um,
You talking about from
both the second
Miami?
baseman and the shortstop. Yeah. Um, it's
Liam
Lopez
Hicks.
and another guy.
What? Liam Hicks.
No, Hicks is the catcher. Um, oh shoot. Hold on
Or
a second. I'll find it.
I'm just looking. I'm looking at like I'm going by like top five like leaders and home runs, batting average, wins, ERAs,
Yeah,
RBIs, and
I mean,
saves. I'm going by that.
yeah, their second baseman is putting up numbers. It's is it Edwards? Xavier Edwards. He's hitting 311, has 10 steals, six. He has one more homer than Otto Lopez, 20 RBI. He has 33 walks. Um, yeah, his on base percentage is almost 400.
Maybe I got
But
the
yeah,
bases
Miami
loaded.
Miami went out and got themselves a whole bunch of young players. And now those young players are really starting to perform. You brought up half a dozen guys that all could make a conceivable claim to an all-star spot. And some of those guys are in certain positions that, you know, like Liam Hicks behind the plate. Look at the catchers in the National League. I mean, there really aren't that big of that major. In fact, I had Liam Hicks as my National League catcher on my ballot.
And y'all just hit a
Um,
home. Y'all just hit a grand slam.
why, yes, we did. Oh, Hank Davis.
It hit the
Ain't
top of
that
the train
special?
track. It hit the top of the train tracks.
Yes, sir. Henry Davis can hit when he actually hits. The problem
Well,
is he's only hitting like a buck 80.
like
That's the problem.
before that grand slam, Argetti threw a massive freaking ball that went over the freaking player's head, over his head.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
he just knocked one out like 91 miles an hour and bounced off the train tracks. And he's just
Yeah.
walking like he's boss. Look at watch it slow motion. It bounced
Oh
right off the
yeah.
track.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he hit that ball a ton. There's no question. But and he's hit 5 or 6 bombs this year. But if he could ever get the average together, but he's not hitting his weight, Marcus. The man is not hitting his weight. I mean, and you knew as soon as he hit it, it was gone. There was a no doubter. Um,
Oh, ouch. Got enough score update. Texas is leading Texas Tech 5-1.
yeah, I saw that earlier in the College World Series finals.
Hopefully they force a game 3 if they lose this one.
I'm a
Because I'm going.
Texas Tech fan. A lot of people know that.
Well,
You
6-1 now.
know,
Sorry, 6-1.
Tech, yeah, and these two teams played in the finals last year, and Texas beat them. Um, would really love to see Texas Tech get the win this year. Um,
Be their first too.
but
They never won it before.
you're right. You are 100% right. Texas Tech has never won a national championship in one of the major sports. Um, so they've played. They made the Final Four, or actually no, they've made the championship game in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. I lie. If you consider women's basketball one of the major sports, then yes, they have won a national championship. Um, but football, they've made the playoffs. Um, Baseball, they've made the College World Series. So, they've gotten at least in the hunt. Um,
They've made the college football playoffs too, but
yeah,
lost.
yeah, they got in, got knocked out first round. Um, or no, I'm sorry, they won their first one, got knocked out in the second round.
Yeah, they got knocked
But
out by was it Miami that knocked them out?
I believe you're right.
I think it was Miami.
I believe you're right. Yeah, and I mean, we saw the run that Miami went on, um, getting all the way to the finals against Indiana. Um, but yeah, I mean, when we talk about when we talk about what's going on right now, we're about a third of the way through the season. Um, what do you look at for the Astros for the rest of the season? I mean, I know we're a couple of months away, but if Marcus is the GM of this team and you're starting to contemplate trade deadline, what are you trying to get, or are you trying to sell and bring in young guys? What are
I'd
you
probably
trying to accomplish when that happens?
first I'd get rid of Espada. I think it's time for him to go. Like it's getting out of
Okay.
hand with him.
Oh boy.
Probably get younger
Hey,
talent. I mean, to learn from, because look what happened when we got Cam Smith. When we drafted him, he became a force to be reckoned with as a rookie, and he was doing fantastic till he got hurt. But he ain't
so
hurt no
you're
more. I think he's back. He's back playing. But
see,
staying healthy, especially, probably go find a new strength and conditioning coach or a new somebody to keep this team healthy, where we gotta avoid all these injuries.
yeah. Well, and I mean, yeah, that definitely is part of it. You got to keep these guys healthy. What's up, Adam? That's a quality
Nothing.
logo. That's the best logo the Pirates have ever had, right there. By the way.
Oh, this one.
I
Yes.
like I like that one that's on the sleeve of those jerseys. I love with the bones and all that. I like
Yeah,
that
I
part
just
of it.
can't get the red, man. I can't get into the red. I like the City Connect uniforms, except for the red. That's why I like the ones I had before with the gold ones with the PGH across it.
We talking about these ones?
I like those. That logo on the side, I
This
just
one?
don't like the red. Yeah, yeah, that's
It's
the
the
one that
Jason.
Marcus
It's
really
the.
looks out about.
Isn't that the Jason Kendall red?
I think so.
You missed it there. Your boy hit a grand slam right onto the train tracks.
Who?
The old Davis hit one over the Crawford boxes.
Good old Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's
Yep.
4-2. It was 2-0. Jordan hit a RBI, and then Paradis hit a RBI now, and then Davis hit a damn grand slam.
and when he hit it, you knew it. There was no question.
Yeah, it was
A line
not,
shot.
91 miles an hour, too. Long drive.
Skeens just blew out his glove. Blew out Henry Davis's glove. That's funny.
I think this hat was from the 2018 Little League World Series hat uniform.
It could be. But the logo, that's the same logo, except that it was inside the rectangle that they had in 79. That's
they
the
had
same
that logo
pirate.
up, and they had that logo up until 88, I believe. 86.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But
then I forget what logo did they go to for Barry Bonds' era. I don't remember. I mean, I know I could look and cheat, but I didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember. So Marcus, we're talking about these logos and that. Astros logos have changed over the years too. What do you look at as your favorite of the Astros logos?
Well, when I got into the Astros, it was the skinny gold broken star. That's what I started when they had navy and gold as their colors, and then when they got out the Astrodome and moved to, at the time it was Enron Field, then named it Minute Maid Park. That's when they had the black and the scarlet and the pinstripes. I mainly was into that, but whenever they moved to the American League in 2013, they went back old school. That iconic H with the orange star, back when after they were the Colt 45s and became the Astros there, that was my favorite, and I'm so glad we went back to that look because navy and orange are two good colors to wear, especially in H-Town. When you got both them colors perfect, navy for the Texans, orange for the Dynamo, put them together, you got old school Astros all over again. So I like what we have now. The broken star is nostalgia, but I like what they had at the very beginning, especially when they wore them orange hats that they don't wear anymore. I used to have one of them too, but I even like this little logo too with the Astrodome. I had to get my hands on one of these. These were
that was the 80s. That was the 80s. That was the Nolan Ryan era, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nolan Ryan, Jose Cruz, all them. Yeah, I had to get my hands on this shirt. This was a pain in the ass to get, and I was lucky when I went to a game a few years back. So it's what we got.
There we go.
Okay, so
I couldn't get it to come up a minute ago.
So like I said,
so which one do you have? Do you have the big Astros or the small Astros?
I have I'm wearing the 65-76 logo shirt. When I started watching the Astros, it was 95-99 logo when I started. And then a lot of the shit I had 2000, 2012, but when they switched to what they have now, because that H was on their hats when they were the 60s and 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad they went back to that. They just made it look like that. I would love if they ever go do a Colt 45 retro night, because they've only done retros from the 90s mainly, or the 70s and 80s. I actually held a Colt 45 earlier today. That bitch was heavy as a gun, like an old school Colt 45 from the 1800s. I think of them Outlaws in the 1800s. I don't know how they wore two of them strapped around their waist with the spurs on their boots. They probably had about 20 pounds on their legs getting on and off of horses.
Yeah, I was always a fan of the 77-93 logo. That was, of course, that was also the same time that they had the rainbow uniforms too. The number on the thigh and that kind of stuff. I was always a fan of that.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone shit talks the 2012 edition, but they had they had pinstripes for that. They were pretty cool, but the black and the scarlet wasn't Houston. It was always navy and orange. Navy and gold was a little too over. I didn't really care for it, but no, navy and orange. That's Houston. No
yeah,
question.
I wasn't a fan of the 94 logo. 95-99 was okay, but 94 was.
The only good thing about that 95, 99, those were their last years in the Astrodome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I almost wore a jersey today, but Altuve's still hurt, and Bregman jersey's got to go in a shadow box because he ain't there no more. And I also have a oh shit, I forgot. I had another jersey. It was one of them replica giveaway jerseys. Framber Valdez, he's not there anymore either, so I got to put that in a shadow box too.
Well, I was gonna wear my Connor Griffin jersey, and I just straight forgot the one that Adam got me. I just because especially since they're wearing it tonight. Now Connor's on the IL, but
I just opened it, so this is the first time I actually looked at my jersey on air.
Where you get your? I need to get. If the Spurs win the finals, I'm getting me a Wemby jersey from DHgate. But I need to get a Travis Saints jersey. I keep saying I'm gonna get a Yordan Alvarez jersey, and I still never got that. And I was gonna get a Tetsuya Imai jersey, and I still never got that.
Well, you never really give me full answers, Marcus.
Well, how much are them? Aren't them jerseys like $100 on your end, or 90?
Anywhere from 60 to 80.
Yeah, because I'm paying like 30 on DHgate, 20 to 30 on DHgate. But they come from China, but they thread the shit out of it. That's why it takes about 6 weeks to come in.
Oh yeah, it's got to go through all the customs and shit.
And hopefully the canister it's coming on that boat in the death-defying oceans you see on Deadliest Catch. It don't fall off the boat and go 30,000 feet next to the Titanic. Because them Connexes, they're gonna go straight in the water.
Are you saying it might hit the iceberg?
No, but it could hit a severe wave that probably hit a crab boat on Deadliest Catch.
Oh,
very cool.
What's that?
I just put the finals back on tight game here.
Yeah, I just got a thing from one of my clients in Tifton, Georgia. If anybody's listening in the Tifton, Georgia area, they're doing a Father's Day promotion to register to win an NFL helmet, $210 NFL helmet, team of your choice.
Wow. Oh, it's a tight
That's
game.
nice.
But Wendy's on the
It's an
line.
authentic helmet there, $210.
Is it signed by a player or it's just
It's just the helmet.
Ooh, not bad. If I had to pick one, of course, I'm going to do the Saints. I need to get the action.
Oh yeah.
No, you wouldn't pick the Saints.
Hold on. I'm going to go get the helmet.
You wouldn't get a Texans one instead of the Saints?
If I can make room, but let me go grab this helmet I got over there while I go run on a quick bathroom break.
All right.
Okie dokie. But yeah, we're up 4-2 in the bottom at the end of the fourth. So Skeens was looking a little shaky there for a minute in the third inning, but he got out of it. Gave up a couple, but
like I said, Rich, I just walked through the door and didn't even have time to really get caught up.
No, I mean I get it. That's why I was kind of filling you in on stuff. We had a really good threat in the second inning to score. Had O'Neal Cruz on third, one out, and they were playing in, and of course they were playing the contact play, and Gonzalez hit a really hard ground ball right at Paredes, and he threw Cruz out at the plate. Cruz didn't have a chance in the world. But at the same time, Horwitz is staying hot. He's got, I think, 2 hits, and I know he's got 1. He might have 2 tonight. And then we were talking about all-star ballots because those started today, and I have 1 Pirate and 1 Ranger on my all-star ballot.
Yeah, like I've always had mini replica helmets. Like I've got 2 Saints ones. You've seen them. I got 2 LSU ones. I even got some for the high school I've played at and helped coach at. Like, I wanted a big ass one, but they wouldn't give me one. This is what our helmets were the last few years, but this is a mini replica. But I think we're getting new helmets now because we just got a new coach. This is what they were when I played. This is what I had on my head. When it was a bigger version. But this is what I was able to get to put in my house.
Been very impressive in his 3 relief appearances for the Astros, especially considering.
Looks like a Dodgers helmet.
Yeah, until you see the other side, then it's definitely.
That's pretty cool.
This is a Shut Revolutionary Edition helmet.
Marcus, did you know the Guardians have a McAnese player on their team?
I'm trying to think who it'd be because I don't really keep up with McAnese baseball.
What turned out to be a 2-0 game.
Leon Wilmer.
I know there's a couple that are on the Brewers right now. 1 or 2 for Milwaukee. That was in Houston. That they talked about. Let me see if I can pull them up because I saw that.
What's his name? Dion Wilmer. Wilmer.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up.
Pitched with McNeese, I think, in 22.
Wait, this is fast. I clicked on the wrong McNeese team. Hold on.
So, did you see the other news, Rich, that came out as soon as they traded AJ Brown and Marcus? I guess.
Oh.
Which news?
Malik Lemon hurt his pulled his quad.
Grant.
Malachi Lemon.
Yeah.
So there's 2 McNeese players for the Brewers. They got Grant Anderson, Brian King, and Jace Peterson. One's for the Astros. I think it's Peterson that's with the Astros. Brian King and Grant Anderson are with the Brewers.
Who's the guy with did I say his name right? For the Guardians?
Yeah, you said it right.
Will Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Dion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yep.
Sweet.
There is a 4th McNeese player that made an appearance for Baltimore, but is currently on the 40-man roster at AAA named Cameron Foster.
Yep. Cameron, he's a good person.
So I'm just curious, how many of you guys called your Clash of Italy correctly?
We didn't talk about it yet, but I was gonna give him his full recap on it because we're gonna start something new till next prediction. We're gonna do like a wrestling 101 nostalgia type. We'll talk about an iconic wrestler or faction or whatever, mainly that are posthumous or whatever. And we're gonna do one on the Von Erichs this weekend. But I was gonna get his take on Clash in Italy and Noche de los Grandes from last weekend on the side. But I thought it was a good weekend. AAA's was better.
Oh, no doubt. I told you from the beginning, Clash in Italy, the 2 matches I was most interested in were in the pre-show. With Cody and Gunther and Rhea and Jade Cargill. Because I wanted to see just how much Rhea was going to carry Jade, and she did. I'm sorry, Jade is awful. I'm sorry.
The Undertaker. The Undertaker is a way better booker than Triple H.
What happened now? What do you mean?
I mean, the whole Grande Americano stuff, yes. And if he does what I think he's going to do with the Rey Mysterio thing, even better, because that's where Dominic needs to beat Rey in his retirement match. Have Dominic put the title up, have Rey put his career up as GM or as a wrestler. Even though he's retired, he can still be the GM. But put his wrestling career on the line, and then Dom beats him, and there you go. And I think that's where Taker's leading that route as well. but I'm with you. I think we both agreed when we did our picks that Gable was going to lose, um, and that Kaiser was going to end up winning the thing. And by the way, kudos to him for doing what he did beforehand. That whole deal with the hotel and the elevator and the guy doing making he that the comment he made to Kaiser's girlfriend and then Kaiser defending his girlfriend. Kudos to Kaiser.
Yeah,
Um,
storyline. She was fired, but she's like a backstage announcer, and like
yeah,
a kickoff and on the kickoff. But they used her in a storyline that she got fired because she had relations with a wrestler, and it's a love story.
right.
By the way, she can speak. She can do both. She can speak good English and she can speak Spanish. She's hot. She's fine too. I don't even remember her name. And you said you had a choking on her or something.
Yeah, but I know that the guy got off the elevator and they were making out in the elevator basically.
Oh, love
And
but
get off my lawn guy gets out of the elevator and says that they better cut it out or he's going to call ICE on his girl and have her sent back where she came from. And Kaiser blipped him.
oh, you're talking about the real life stuff.
Oh, I know the real life stuff. And the great part of it was Kaiser blips the guy. They arrest him, they book him. When they find out what all went on, looked at the videotape, all that stuff, they let him go. The crowd, if you go onto Facebook and see it, the crowd for the press conference before the day before the show and the show itself, Kaiser is literally breaking down because the crowd is going absolutely ape shit, cheering for him and all that.
A
Because
German. Cheering for a German.
But his biggest concern was that all this stuff going to jail, all that kind of stuff was going to ruin what he was doing in AAA. They found out everything was fine. All the publicity came out that everything he was defending this woman and all that. They were cheering and yelling and all that stuff, and you could literally see he's bawling underneath the mask. He was that emotional about it, and you could even see when they did the intro. You saw the match. When they did that intro and the crowd was going crazy, he was starting to get emotional under the mask, and he kind of held it in. But yeah, I mean the crowd. It's funny because he gets booed out of the building in the United States, and he's fucking John Cena in Mexico. I mean, it's the Road Warrior pop, it's the Steve Austin pop, it's the Cena pop for El Grande Americano in Mexico, and they boo him out of the building in the United States. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was really the only match I was that interested in. Um, from that card, but it was a really good match.
Oh my God, it was match of the year candidate too. They beat the hell out of each other.
And I mean, let's be perfectly honest. Let's take the El Grande Americano stuff out of it. Kaiser against Gable is a hell of a match. Those two guys can wrestle. They really can. If Gable was the same size as Gunther, they had great matches as was. And Gable's what do you figure, Mark? 8 inches shorter than Gunther? And probably 40, 50 pounds heavier or 40 or 50 pounds lighter.
Something like that. Yeah, definitely shorter.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he was the same size as Gunther, forget it. That's why I want to see Gunther and Brock Lesnar. That's the one that I really want to see. Because those two guys will throw each other around the ring and probably have a great time doing it. But yeah, I wasn't surprised that Cody won. I was hoping Gunther would win. Rhea winning was no surprise. Brock beating Oba wasn't a surprise. Trying to remember what else there was.
They had 4 matches. They only had, wait. You talking about Clash? Or you talking
about 5? They had 5 at Clash.
Yeah, they had 5 at
Roman,
Clash and 4 at the other one.
Roman and Jacob. I wanted Jacob to win, but I figured he wouldn't. And then the one that really surprised me was Sol Ruka winning the title from Becky.
Yeah.
I figured Becky was going to hold on to it and they were going to force Sol to chase a little longer before she got it.
No way.
I'm not saying she didn't deserve to get it. And I thought it was a pretty decent match. But yeah.
Cody and Gunther was a good match with a shit ending.
Right, and that's where Gunther's going to get his. He'll get another shot at Cody, which I really.
Or I think it's a triple threat. I think because they're going to Saudi, they're going to put Sami Zayn in it because Sami's got some shit with Cody too. So probably a triple threat. But you never know.
But do people want to see Sami Zayn in that match?
Hell no, but they're only going to do it because they're going to Saudi.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest about something. Do people really want to see Sami anymore?
No, I don't. But some people do, but not a lot.
I mean, the guy that I would love to see get thrown in, if they're going to do a triple threat with that, why not go out on a limb and throw Trick Daddy in there?
They're going to have to take the U.S. title off of him if they do that, but he's killing it as U.S. champ. But unless they put the belt on Mello next for that, or I don't know who else Trick is beefing with for that U.S. title, but Sammy's out there crushing. Ricky Saints. Oh, Ricky's
my boy Ricky Saints.
Okay, then there's your answer. Put it on Ricky, and then you put Trick in the WWE title picture. Bingo.
I would like to see Trick and Gunther.
I haven't been keeping up with SmackDown because it's been so shit, but I did watch it last week because they were in Barcelona, and I'm gonna watch it this week because they're in Italy still. They're doing their European tour the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean Trick is tremendously talented, and the move up has not affected him one drop. Some of the people you see move from NXT to the main roster, and you can tell the sphincter's puckered and they're nervous, and Trick Williams ain't missed a beat. He come out there and he was acting like just as big of a badass as he did in NXT. And it shows. They got a lot of confidence in him. I'm hearing rumors that he's got a chance. They're talking chances of him winning the Rumble.
I'd love that.
Just to let you know,
I think it'd be interesting.
A little bit of breaking news. Darnell Washington apparently signed a $42 million extension.
Nice. Very
Not
nice.
to go off track of wrestling, but it just popped up on my phone. I didn't really click on it yet to see any of the details, but I just saw a $42 million extension.
Well, the big thing I can tell you this year about the Steelers, if they don't put points on the board, there's a major problem. Despite Aaron Rodgers. I mean, when you're running Dowdle and you're running Warren out there out of the backfield, and you're running Pittman and Metcalf
Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Dowdle and Warren in the backfield. You got Metcalf.
And they're saying Caleb Johnson's finally looking like the guy they drafted too, Rich.
Well, I hope so.
Me too.
But even if he doesn't, you got 2 good running backs back there. You got 2 tight ends that can really make a difference. You got 3 receivers that can make a difference out there. Okay. It's the offense this year should be so that I could go out there and score points. It shouldn't matter. You could bring Tommy Maddox back and put his sorry ass back there, and it wouldn't matter. If the Steelers don't put points on the board, it can't be for a lack of trying. So, and with McCarthy coaching, maybe it makes a difference. I don't know with Rodgers. I don't know. But at the same time, they gotta stop people. and
Well, we have two of the shutdown cornerbacks in the league, so
we do, we do, and we've got a pretty good pass rush. I think Cam is going to want to go out on a high because I really don't think we're going to see any more of Cam Hayward after this year. But he's grooming his replacement. Big 99 is going to be taking that spot. But he's grooming his replacement. And I'm sorry, if I can learn how to play the position from a arguable defensive Hall of Famer,
right.
okay.
What about? I didn't get to bring this up to Rich because he was out most of last month, but I did bring it up to Sean. Give me your take on this season of Dark Side of the Ring with Jeff Jarrett and TNA being a three-parted. They're doing one on Boss Man. They're doing one on Nico Butcher versus Samoa Joe in 05. They're doing one on Zach Gowen. Like, list goes on. Like, did you ever get a chance to what's your take on season 7 with this episode?
I saw the preview, and I've seen the list. Some of them I think are going to be really good. Some of them I'll watch them, but I don't care. I don't care about the Renegade. Could not care less. They brought him in to be this Timu version of Ultimate Warrior. Crashed and burned badly. Don't care. Zach Gowen, again, I really don't care.
He was an asshole.
And that's what I've heard. The Joe Necro Butcher thing, I am interested in.
Have you ever watched the
because
match?
Yes. I'm a Joe fan. B, I've seen the match. And C, I really do want to get, the ins and outs of that.
So if Adam never watched that match, he's going to be surprised because the rumors were true. They didn't sound like each other, but CM Punk and Eddie Kingston were on commentary for that match.
They were.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, that was your play-by-play team.
This was back in 05, like the night before One Night Stand. They did a show in Philly the weekend of One Night Stand, and then I don't get how Nico Butcher didn't die or get a blood transfusion or get a concussion with the shit he took against Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where the whole line of the crowd going, Joe's gonna kill you, Joe's gonna kill. That's where that started, was with that match. Because he almost did. Missy Hyatt, I mean, I know a lot about Missy from my time working with World Class and that kind of stuff, and my time around World Class and being around those guys in Mid-South and all that kind of deal. So I'm interested to see what they've got from Missy because she's really kind of kept herself guarded since the whole Wrestling Vixens thing with her and Francine and that. She goes and does some autograph signings and that occasionally, but she really doesn't do podcasts or any of that kind of deal, or any of those shoot interviews. Boss Man, I'm interested in. I really am. I liked Boss Man. I thought he had some stupid gimmicks at the end, but I liked Boss Man. I want to hear that story.
I can't wait to hear what was Vince thinking having him hang by a noose at WrestleMania in the Hell in a Cell.
Well, yeah, there's that. I wasn't a big fan of the whole Guardian Angel thing in WCW. I thought that was pretty dumb. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that he did, but I've also heard
what about Big Josh?
Matt Bourne?
Oh no, that wrong person. I'm sorry. I thought Boss Man was Big Josh as well.
No. But I have not only heard Cornette, who says nothing but great things about Ray Traylor. Everybody that I have heard people talk about Ray Traylor has said good things about Ray Traylor, the guy. I don't think I've heard anybody say anything bad about him. So I'm really interested to see that story. Paul Orndorff, mainly because I don't know much about his really early stuff. I'm interested to find out more about his early life and early career. I know he had the injury. I know he had the arm deal and all that stuff. But yes, very interested in that one. And the Jeff Jarrett TNA thing, I'm curious to see what Jeff's got to say, especially about a few different things. Um, from what I've heard, you know how they have the talking heads that come in on that thing.
Oh
Corny's
yeah.
going to be one of them. Corny's going to be one of them.
Um,
Russo's going to be one of them. AJ
Bro,
is supposed to be. AJ is
Tony
supposed to be one
Tony
of them.
Khan Tony Khan's supposed to be in it too, and watch Dave Meltzer be in it too again.
Well, because Tony Khan grew up with TNA because they were at Universal Studios in Orlando, which is right down the street
Jackson.
um, from Jacksonville. So, I mean, yeah, Tony Khan's going to be on it. I
Joe's
think
on
if
it.
I saw
Eddie's
right,
on it.
Christopher, who?
Joe's on it. Joe's on it. Eddie's on it.
Joe's on it.
I don't know about CM Punk, but I know Eddie's on it. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. So I think that TNA one is going to be good. It's the first three-parter they've ever done. Um,
And it's kicking off the season.
yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of them I'm interested in. There's a couple I don't care. I'll watch them simply because I like Dark Side of the Ring and the way they do stuff. But there's a couple that I'm really not that interested in the story. You know, if I catch it at another time or something like that. But I mean, that could even be something that we might want to do. We may be able to do a recap show or something
Oh
with
yeah,
those.
but like the Jeff Jarrett TNA one, I can use that for another day because no, I'd have to talk about it all at once. But that kind of I got the idea when I watched the biography legends on the Von Erichs. I've saw their Dark Side of the Ring, but they delivered more on biography legends, and that's what gave me the idea. And I said, you. What a way to start it! You grew up watching the Von Erichs. You worked with them, obviously, if you were with World Class you'd know a lot
Yeah,
more than what I've seen. And we could kind of go on a time frame. Like we could start with how it all started with his
sure.
daddy. Like I didn't even know Kevin had an older brother that died in a
Yep.
drowning accident in upstate New York or whatever they were living at the time before they moved
Yeah.
out to Texas. And
Yeah, it was a freak accident.
Fritz was that they wanted him to be a German Nazi as his character,
Right.
Fritz von Erich. And Von Erich ain't even their real last name. They got a different last name. I forgot what it was.
No, it's Atkinson. Atkisson. Atkinson.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You know, he was a big time football player at SMU, All American at SMU, and when he got into wrestling, they said he looked like a big German monster, so they gave him the name Fritz von Erich, and there it went. And they also said that he was related to Waldo von Erich, who was also wrestling at that point in time, and they ended up making them as a tag team for a little while. But yeah, Fritz was one of the most hated guys in wrestling for a long time. And then when he came back to Texas and things kind of turned around where he became a good guy. Yeah. But yeah, we definitely, the biography that they did was a whole lot better than the other Von Erich stuff that they did because WWE produced the life and tragedy of the Von Erichs or triumph and tragedy of the Von Erichs, um, which was just kind of a puff piece. Um, I thought getting the insight from Carrie's other daughter made a difference. Kevin's wife made a difference. Um, I know Lacey, Carrie's one daughter a little bit.
The one that was in
Um,
TNA.
yeah, yeah, I knew Lacey when she was a little baby, and then I got to know her when she was a little bit when she was working with TNA. Um, so I kind of knew where she was coming from with some of the stuff. Carrie's other daughter, though, I thought provided some really good insight. Um, I thought that Kevin's wife was really good, and she doesn't. Neither one of those ladies ever interviewed. That's the first time I've ever seen Carrie's other daughter or Kevin's wife do an interview. Um, So, I thought Brian Diaz was very good in it. Um, and Brian grew up with Kerry. I mean, they were running buddies, in high school and all that. That's legit. Um, so yeah, it was an interesting it's an interesting what if story, because the ultimate what if is, what if David doesn't die? Then what happens?
I'm gonna save it all for Saturday. What I had in mind. I'm gonna eventually go back and rewatch the biography so I can get my shit in order where I don't make a mess up or say this and that and it wasn't true or didn't happen. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. I think it was a two-parted episode.
Yeah, it's a 4 hour, two-part, two 2 hour episodes. Yeah.
But this season was kind of they only did four eps. Like they did two on the Von Erichs, two on the Road Warriors, two on the Horsemen, and then one more on somebody else, and that was it. This is the shortest season of biography legends. But
Well, they're running out of legends to do biographies on
yeah,
that are actual legends. They're kind of
well,
running out of people to do them on.
well, we're gonna start with the Von Erichs, and then when the weeks go by, I'll think of somebody and we'll talk about them. I'll kind of give you a sneak on the second one. Like after this weekend, I want to do somebody since we're doing a group that was so big in your state. Next episode, I want to do someone that was super big in my state. That he was more of a star in Mid South than anywhere else. I'm talking about the Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog, yeah.
We can do him do him the next week.
Yep. And he came in and did shots a lot of times for the big cards in Dallas. Like he came in one time, teamed with Iceman King Parsons to wrestle the Super Destroyers, which was Wild Bill, and Scott Irwin. That was the first time I saw JYD live. They were at Tarrant County Convention Center, and I'd seen him on TV, but I'd never seen him live. And they brought him in for that. He wrestled on the Kerry Von Erich Memorial card. He
Yeah,
wrestled Kamala.
I remember like they had it on YouTube. I watched that dog collar match he had with Butch Reed in the old Sam Houston Coliseum, iconic. But I like the story where he was feuding with, I don't know if it was the Freebirds or not, where they almost got killed in New Orleans one time because they thought they blinded JYD, and they were waiting to kill. I think it was Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin.
Yep. Well, no. It was just Michael Hayes. Jimmy Garvin didn't have anything to do with the Freebirds at that point. He was still wrestling in Texas.
Okay.
But what ended up happening was Dog had a major problem because obviously he could see. But the trick was, does he break kayfabe and save Michael Hayes' life, or how does he work it? And they actually, in fact, when Dark Side of the Ring, go back and look at the Dark Side of the Ring on Junkyard Dog. They talk about it in there, and Dog goes through the whole story.
And then, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that because Ted DiBiase was also a big role in his life.
Yeah.
And then,
I'll tell you what, man. You sit there and you look at Mid-South, man. You got to see the beginnings of, tons of legends. I mean, you saw the beginning of DiBiase, Barry Darsow,
Tony Atlas,
Butch Reed. Tony Atlas he had already been to WWF by the time he came to Mid-South. But you had Butch Reed, you had Buddy Landell, you had DiBiase, you had Dr. Death Steve Williams, Terry Taylor, One Man Gang, Jake Roberts, He had been in Georgia a little bit, but he really came into prominence in Mid South. I mean, you had a ton of guys, Marcus, that you got to see the very beginnings of, man. Mid South, I got to
What about
see
wasn't
some
Hillbilly
Mid
Jim
South.
too? Hillbilly Jim was in Mid South too, or he started there.
Oh, Hacksaw.
Not that I
Hacksaws.
remember. Hacksaw
Hack,
Jim Duggan started there, yeah,
yep.
yeah. But I mean, I got to see Mid South occasionally on syndicated TV. You got to watch it every week. I mean, that I didn't get to see it every week until I was watching it on YouTube and that kind of stuff. So you got real lucky growing up, man, seeing that.
Well, my parents did. I wasn't even alive for it.
Well, when were you?
I just
Tell me
saw
again. When were you born?
89.
Okay, so you were right at the end of the UWF then when you were born.
When I
Yeah,
was when I was born, Hogan was the WWF champ, and
right. But
Hunky.
there was a well when Mid South went out of business, they created a thing called the UWF.
Yeah, they did a Dark Side of the Ring on that too.
Right. Well, no, different UWF, not Herb Abrams UWF. This
Okay.
was Bill Watts, and they had Terry Gordy. The Freebirds were there. Eddie Gilbert was there. One Man Gang, Duggan, Doc. Um, they had a. If you get a chance to YouTube um, UWF, I mean, some of the matches between Gordy and One Man Gang and that kind of stuff were just ridiculously good. Terry Taylor and Ted DiBiase had some great matches. Um, Chris Adams and Ted DiBiase had some really good matches. Uh, Dick Slater was in there for a while. Dutch Mantel. Um, yeah, but yeah, it
Uh,
wasn't Herb Abrams cluster the UWF. No,
what about like Stan Hansen and all them, or was he world class?
Stan Hansen actually never wrestled in world class. He wrestled in Southwest, but he never. And then he went and started like touring and that kind of deal. And he was a huge thing in Japan. He won the AWA title and all that. But yeah, Stan Hansen was never. But a little known fact: Stan Hansen's son played second base at Baylor.
Nice.
So I got to meet Stan Hansen when he was sitting in the bleachers watching his kid play at Baylor.
Nice. Hell yeah.
But
Oh, they
super
changing
nice guy, by
pitchers.
the way.
Changing pitchers again for the Astros. I don't even know who they get now. I just know it's a tight game. One check on the finals right now.
Well, 4-3 Pittsburgh, top of the sixth. Password is coming up. Brian King's coming in.
They took Wimby out the game. He got like poked in the eye, but he ain't severely out. He might just sit a couple minutes out, but he'll be back. Damn, they up by 13. Spurs up by 13 with 6.5 in the third. But I mean, that could change. I've seen an 18-point game change in a heartbeat.
That's one thing about basketball. You get those ebbs and flows, man.
I figured. I mean, I just put it back on for the first time in like 20 minutes because I was watching the ball game with the Astros and the Pirates. But now it's a 12-point game. They made their second free throw. But I tell you what, it's going to be a fun series. I know we talked about it last night. The damn Stanley Cup final, the way that ended, where Carolina scored a goal in first 25 seconds of the finals, and another same guy 12 minutes later, and then went for 2-0, losing 5-4 in game one. Like, that's going to be a fun series to watch.
Yeah.
And everyone's shit talking Vegas right now.
Yeah. Well, we're what, an hour 15 in? Excuse me.
Yes, we are.
Feel bad for Adam. He had to listen to us talk a bunch of wrestling.
Yeah.
I made the mistake and brought it up, which is
He did
fine.
bring it up.
Which is
At
fine.
least-
I don't. Which
At
is
least
fine.
we, at least
like-
we got most of it out the way. Whenever we get to Saturday morning,
I like learn. I like learning sometimes.
I really wish Trey could have joined us, but he had something going on. But he wants to come on for some reason. So
Right, 22 games.
Sounds good.
He's good.
yeah.
So you're playing? Oh shoot! I'm sorry.
Bless you.
No, I yawned.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
not the
We're boring
company; it's the hours I keep. I promise.
you. We're boring you tonight, Richie.
Shoot. Like I say, it's not the company; it's the hours I keep.
Well, I only had one breaking news, and that was the Darnell Washington extension. That was it. That's all I had.
We could have a 30-second podcast, man.
That's it.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
No, I don't even know if that would have went 30 seconds, Rich.
Shortest podcast in history. So, you know.
No,
Well, they announced the start time. UFC Freedom 250 is going to go live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So 7 o'clock my time. So I'm going to start the stream at 6:45 Central when we get to that date.
what fighters
It's
pulled out?
on.
The fighters pull out of this? I don't know. They're making
No,
a
it's
deal
the
out of it.
performer. It's the performers for the pre-show. Like
Yeah.
they wanted to get some bands and stuff to play. But
This is where I met. This is where I missed Toby Keith because he would have played. He's like, I don't give a shit.
where's Kid Rock? Why is he not playing?
Hey, he's
So
playing.
I thought he was one of the only ones playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
Zach Brown is too.
Good for him.
Yeah. Jason Aldean, I think, is too.
I'm sure some people are going to step up and say, I want to play for America. I'm sure some people are.
Yeah. Well,
I was
if
hoping to
they,
hear.
if,
I was hoping to hear Milli Vanilli, and maybe he won't lip sync.
there's only one still alive.
I know, but still,
I used to always ask the question, which one Millie and which one Vanilli?
I have no idea.
Where's
I
what
didn't
about
either.
why don't you get the same people that had the Turning Point USA halftime show? Get Brantley Gilbert. I bet he'd play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the people that are working on this thing are,
Well,
you know, they've got back.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but that little structure they built for like the lights and all that, they were saying he wanted to keep that like up there permanently. He compared it to the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if that's true or not, but it pissed a lot of people off, and people can believe anything these days if it's real or
Well,
fake.
And to be honest, that would be an eyesore if they left it up there permanently.
I think they're going to take it down. They just like pissing people off. I think they're taking stuff off. They're taking the California shit off their minds right now.
Oh yeah,
California
and that's
shit?
got a lot of people. Huh?
What happened now?
Well, the
Well,
whole
you have a you have a Republican that's going to be able to go against the incumbent mayor in Spencer
And-
Pratt. Well, he's an independent, but
California
against Spencer
hadn't
Pratt,
California hadn't been this tight. Like they are literally on the verge of becoming a red state at the blink of an eye if they don't screw this up.
yeah, because they've got a Republican who was the leading vote getter in the primary for governor last night too. So
Yeah, apparently there was some rigging going on last night too with that. But I'm not getting into it. But if you pay attention, Spencer Pratt had 86,362 votes twice in two different counties.
And the one that could set LA on fire was quotely in the lead by 1%.
well, I think when the numbers came through, she was ahead by like 8. She had like
By 8.
36%, I think it was. When it was all
Yeah.
said and done, I think she was ahead by like 8, but Pratt
They're
was
still
still
doing-
second. So he,
They're still doing a runoff.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do a
Yeah.
runoff at least 2 months. They're gonna try and make sure she wins, but I digress.
well,
But
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get overly political and that kind of stuff. So
I mean, all I'm gonna say is if California ends up red, Republicans going to at least win the next few elections in the future.
very strong possibility.
I don't even know. I haven't even been keeping up with that. I don't even know what 2 years is going to look like. I don't even know who's trying to run. But I tell you what, y'all could be running to our little watch party we're going to have on June 14th.
We just scored another run, guys. 5-3.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
All right, I need to pop it back on. They were on a commercial break for the NBA final. Yeah, now it's 5-3, top of the sixth. Who we got on? We got Brian King on the mound.
Yep. And old Grand Slam like Davis at the plate.
Looks like Jared. Looks like Trilo hit a RBI.
Brian
Davis
King's
got out because
that's the one that went to McNeese. Brian King.
Horowitz is up right now, according to Google.
Yeah, Davis struck out. Triolo had the RBI single, so Horowitz is 2 for 3 tonight. Him and Cruz both are 2 for 3.
Yeah, but he ain't he's not born and raised in Louisiana. He's actually from Colorado, but he was one of those guys who entered the transfer portal, didn't like where he started, or he probably started at a junior college. And McNeese was like, "Hey, we like you. We want you to come play for us." Because it said he started. He enrolled. No, he did get offered to go play for McNeese all 4 years.
Horowitz base hit, now its base is loaded. For your guy and mine, Brandon Lau. He's on my all-star ballot.
Just to let you know, he's 0 for 3 right now.
Don't care. Did you play him tonight?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Come on, Brandon.
Oh, Mercedes Monet is back in AEW.
Yeah, she was the wild card in the Owen Hart tournament.
Did they cheer for her or did they boo her? Because I didn't even watch Dynamite tonight. I was watching this.
I didn't see it, but I saw she was the wild card and fought Alex Windsor.
And I'm pretty sure MJF beat Roosh.
That MJF match is pretty good.
Yeah, I played him tonight, Rich, and Ozzy hits a home run on my bench.
That's all right. When he hits a grand slam right here in a minute, you're gonna
another one. You think?
Well, no, this would be Brandon Lau.
Yeah, but I meant another grand slam of the night. This would be the second one.
Yep. Yeah.
Because Davis hit the first one.
What did old
everyone's trying to play to get on that all-star roster these days nowadays. But
old Mercedes Moan over there.
I wonder if
she beat Alex or no, she fought
Alex Windsor?
No. Oh yeah, she did fight Alex Windsor. The crowd is kind of.
I don't even know where AEW is tonight. I thought they were in Mexico because MJF came out dressed like a mariachi guy.
I didn't know the big event was. I didn't know the big event was in Youngstown this weekend.
What?
For AEW.
What, Dynamite?
Yeah, it's in Youngstown.
They're in Youngstown, yeah.
Let me guess, they're at Youngstown State?
Yeah, they're in the Coliseum, I think they call it, which is like 35 minutes from my house.
Home of the Penguins?
Yeah.
The team that beat McNeese in the, I don't remember if it was the 97 FCS National Championship or the 2002. But Youngstown State beat McNeese in a national championship.
The Penguins. Red and white.
Well, Spitball beat looks like Spitball beat Kevin Knight.
I got a DJ the night they're having Forbidden Door, so I'm not really gonna keep up with Dynamite this month. I will be able to watch Night of Champions though, because that's gonna be like at noon. Well, noon or 1 o'clock our time, because they're gonna be in Saudi. And then when that's over, I can go to Freedom Fest for a little while, get my red, white, and blue drunk ass up, and then I'm a DJ from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. and watch Slammiversary with a hangover.
See, the bad part about what they're doing in AEW is it looks like the next three contenders for MJF right now are Kevin Knight, Mark Briscoe, and
Whoever wins the tournament, which I think it's Will Ospreay.
Oh, come on, Rich.
Not Darby.
Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa? Damn, I didn't know. I thought he was feuding with who did he ambush? Not Jericho, huh?
Yeah, he wants Jericho, but apparently that's the third. So it's looking like he's going to have those three, and then he's going to have Ospreay. But yeah, so Mercedes used the bank statement to get Windsor to submit. I was never a big Sasha Banks Mercedes Moné fan, so
I'm going to see Scary Movie 6 Friday night.
But we ready to call this, boys? Hour and a half almost.
Yeah, we can call it a night.
All right, you can get me at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube, also at Sports Talking It on Twitter, which is right there. Find me here Wednesdays nights. I know we're well off track, but this is what happens on the show. We usually get well off track.
Oh, good. I feel better now.
Dude, the sun has put a complete beating on my face today. Holy crap. Anyway. Rich, go ahead. Or Marcus, whoever.
Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this month, Big Rich 8371. Facebook, just my name, Rich Richardson. Of course, here every Saturday with that guy over there, talking Steel City Sports Talk. And Saturdays and Mondays we do baseball here on the network. And then, of course, Tuesday is open mic, and Saturdays, Cajun Turnbuckle. And I'll be jumping in with Marcus on Saturday mornings and working the Cajun Turnbuckle. So busy times.
Yeah, people don't know he's a co-host on the stream side.
Taking the turnbuckle off.
Yeah, he's always there. He's always there when we do live streams and predictions and whatnot. Like when I do the audio stuff, like nostalgias, that's the solo thing I do where I bring a guest. But if you want to watch us live, you can always see me and him together because he's always on the lives.
Sweet. All right, boys. Marcus, how people get you real quick?
Dirty South ENT _ on X. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram as well. I do my show tomorrow night. This might be the first show I've done in a while where I'm mainly going to be not talking really any teams because all I really have to talk now is the Astros and one last time for the Houston Gamblers because their season wrapped up, and bringing back the Gumbo Gators to talk of the Texas Collegiate League because they had their opening day last night. But I'm going to be talking PSG winning Champions League back-to-back, Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals, Women's College World Series, a crazy NCAA regional recap, and I'm going to throw in as a bonus – oh, fuck, I forgot what it was.
So there's only standing room tickets only for Morgantown this weekend, and they're going for $336 a piece.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have an insane – I'm going to have a crazy episode tomorrow.
And they are playing Cal Poly, who beat UCLA.
Yeah.
Well, and the ears haven't been to the super regional ever, I think.
And next week I start my talk on FIFA. FIFA starts next
talk
week.
About all the crazy ass jerseys, like the Germans only brought long sleeve shirts and shit.
I don't know. But the only thing is, I'm mainly going to recap USA's matchups, but I'm going to do score recaps on other
Did you
games.
see that though?
Oh yeah, they're going to regret that when they come in this freaking heat, especially if they got to go to Houston or Miami to play. They're gonna
see
regret that.
Did you see Caraco only brought one jersey for home and away?
I know USA got 3 jerseys.
No,
Mexico
but
got 3.
Caraco only brought one jersey.
Idiot. And reminder, I'm gonna make the link as soon as I get off. But June 14th, we have our watch party for UFC Freedom 250 that will go live on pay-per-view on Paramount Plus at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So that's 7 p.m. my time. The stream will go live at 6:45 Central. So that means 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific when we will go live with the watch along.
Are you opening it up for people to come onto the stream and be there, or just type it in?
I'm going to send the link to all the group chats, people that I've connected with that said, hey, I want in. I got them saved. I'm going to send it to them. We're going to see who all shows up.
Just remember, you can only have up to 10 people on screen at once. Just remember that.
I'll be lucky. I'm hoping I can at least get 4 or 5 people to come, but I know Rich won't be there.
No. UFC, you're probably not going to get me.
Got it.
Because I know my limits.
Ken will be there. Ken will be there. Dylan will probably be there. Rav will probably be there. Rizzler might come. I'm trying to get him to come. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna pull some strings. I've been promoting this shit for a month and a half. I'm gonna see what happens. The last time I did a watch along, I had over 5,000 views on my YouTube channel. When I did the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, I had 5,000 views on YouTube.
Damn.
Cool.
Nice. But thanks, guys. Go ahead, Mark. Finish it.
And I'm sorry. If it's a success, which I think it will, I will host a watch along for McGregor Holloway 2 in July. I'll pull some viewers for that one.
You might be able to get me a little more on that one.
Because you like McGregor? Or you like Holloway?
Well, no, I'm more of a boxing guy than I am.
Well, that's him. That's UFC also.
Well, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were getting the boxing McGregor or the UFC McGregor.
If what's his face ever has another boxing fight, I'm definitely gonna do a watch along for that, and I'm talking about shit.
As long as it ain't Jake Paul.
No, Crawford.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford. If he ever has another fight or anybody that can knock out Jake Paul, then yeah, I'm gonna do a watch along for that too.
All right, boys.
All right, man.
Everyone, have a good evening, and we will talk to you.
So.